I can't believe I just read that. I can't believe that just happened. I need to read the next chapter.
Jack Barlow? Are you kidding me?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's reading vlog, I am continuing the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. This week I'm going to be reading Iron Flame, which is the second book in the series. I've already finished this book while I'm making this, so I already know what happens, but let's just say it gets very intense at some parts. There is a lot of spoilers in this video. If you haven't already, please go check out my last video where I did the reading vlog for Fourth Wing. So without further ado, let's get on with the reading vlog. I just made it to 31% of Iron Flame, chapter 20. I love how Taryn is so protective over Violet. And what's up with Solus? Why does he have one eye? I know I said in the beginning that it was moving really slow, but I just love these moments where Taryn like fights for Violet, and it's so cute. I did get a spoiler on Pinterest when I was looking at fan art that chapter 20 is gonna have a spicy scene, so I'm excited for that. I just made it to chapter 20. The only thing I'm wishing right now that is happening, I really want her to tell Ree. I know it's not good. And I also saw another spoiler that on Pinterest that at some point Dane is going to try to go into her mind. I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm kind of sad that I saw that, but I'm excited to get to that part. I'm excited to read chapter 20, obviously, because her and Xaden haven't talked since the last 2 times. Oh, Varish. I don't even think I've spoken anything about him. I hate him with all the passion in my being. And I'm so glad that Taryn taught his dragon a lesson. Because why are you making Violet literally almost kill herself in front of Professor Carr? Is that even, like, legal? If I was Violet, I would tell my mom. I don't even know if she would, like, care, though. Maybe because it's, like, bad thing that's happened, but I would tell General Sorengale what's happening. Maybe Ree will do it at one point. I don't know. Somebody needs to do something because that's actually insane. But on to chapter 20. So it's been a couple days since the last time I gave an update. I'm currently on chapter 34. I just got done with them sneaking into the archives to get the tomes that they needed with Auric because they couldn't get in without him because his father had it warded off. It's been a few days since I've been able to read, so a lot of this stuff I've read today. Also, big thing that happened, Jack Barlow is back. That absolutely blew my mind. He saved Violet when she was getting attacked. Now I believe there's 6 of them left that fought in the recession that hasn't been killed off by Dane's father yet. So I don't even know what to think at this point. The book is getting very good. It was a little slow in the beginning for me, I think because Fourth Wing just ended on such like a fast-paced kind of cliffhanger. And then it had to slow down, obviously, for Iron Flame so you can get back into the intense moments. But I'm so glad that Violet is finally letting Xaden off the hook. Because she literally did the same thing to Rhiannon, and I think that's why she's come to the conclusion that she can't be that mad at Xaden because he was just trying to protect her. When Rhiannon was so understanding when she found out. Props to Xaden for finally letting Violet in as well. Past few chapters, he has actually been letting her in on all of the stuff that he's been doing while he's at Samara. I think the relationship is finally gonna be okay in the next few chapters. Obviously, I want them to be back where they were in Fourth Wing. So I'm waiting for that moment where she finally says, "I love you," and he says it the freak back. Because why hasn't he told her yet? Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm gonna continue on with this book. I'll see you guys in my next update. Okay, it's literally been like 5 minutes since I made the last update. I just finished chapter 34 the last time. I was like right in the middle of it. Nolan? Why did Nolan help Varish get Violet? And how does he know? Oh my gosh. I'm just eating while I'm reading this on my Nook. While I'm reading this on my Kindle. And as soon as I read that, I dropped everything out of my hand. I can't believe I just read that. I can't believe that just happened. I need to read the next chapter.
I just made it to part 2, chapter 50, right after the sparring match between Violet and Kat. Who was gonna tell me that Kat is so insufferable more than when she was at her uncle's house? And now that they're all in Erasia and she's trying to kill Violet because she thought that she let one of the flyers die when she was literally the same weight as her. And why does she keep bringing Xaden into their arguments? Like, Violet has him now. I know he's good, but he's not yours anymore. Let's just say if she went missing, I promise you nobody would miss her. Love the fact that Dane and Violet are getting back close together. I know that he feels really bad about reading her memory and getting Liam killed, as he should, but I just feel like everything is going really good right now. So I have a feeling that things are about to turn around. I think this is the 73% mark, so we still have a decent amount to go through. So I'll keep you guys updated. I probably look a little crazy. I just finished my baby shower, so mind everything. Xaden has 2 signets. I don't know how I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I just hope Violet can figure her stuff out because she can't be mad at him again. It's gonna take a whole nother book for them to get back together. If that happens, I might just lose my mind because they just got back together. I just feel like she doesn't fully trust him, and that's why she's not asking the questions that she wants answers to. When they mentioned Xaden's grandfather, like, having Sigale before or whatever, like, I just didn't even, like, it just flew right over my head. And then when they mentioned it again, I was like, oh, that makes sense. But, like, reading intentions is one of the coolest things I think he could have had. Honestly, right now, I'm just glad that Kat's not being obnoxious anymore because she was very annoying. And I'm glad that this last big secret, at least that we know of, has finally been revealed, so they can have a peaceful relationship. I have a few thoughts. So I'm ending chapter 58 right now. I'm so glad this time that when they got in this big argument, Violet actually listened to Xaden after she found out that he had the 2 signets and actually gave him a chance to explain why. I mean, obviously, if Sigale told him not to tell anybody, she can't really be too mad about it because it could literally get him killed. I know that she feels that he should have told her because they're bonded and that they're together, but I still feel like it was very important to the story that Xaden didn't tell her right away, because then I think it would have made it feel like that him and Sigale didn't have the trust that a dragon and a writer should have. I mean, there's also things that Violet doesn't tell Xaden about, obviously. But I think that was a really important moment in this book for them to have and for them to work through their problems in a healthy way instead of just having a spice scene and not talking about it until the next book. Another thing, Violet's mom found out that Brennan is alive. I wish we would have had, obviously I don't know what's gonna happen next. I still have a couple more hours to go probably reading this book. I just wish in that scene we would have gotten all 3 of them to confront the mom instead of just Violet and Mira. And I wish she would have been able to talk to Brennan. I know that he's angry with her because of everything that went down before he died and the reason that he died, basically. I just wanted to see those 2 interact. I don't know, it might happen later in the book or the next book, but for some reason I have a feeling that their mom is gonna die when she's on the front lines and that Violet's gonna feel guilty because she tried so hard to let her kids have a normal life, and she's gonna finally understand what her mom was talking about and why she was trying so hard to protect all of them. I think right now they're just angry because she knew all of this stuff and didn't tell anybody and force Violet to kind of be thrown into this world where she thought she would be safe, but it ended up putting her in more danger being a writer than being a scribe. But this book is very, very, very long. I will tell you that. I don't have the physical copy yet. I only have the physical copy of Fourth Wing, but on my Kindle, I think it said 800 pages. So that's a little insane. I think it could have been condensed a tad bit, maybe even 600 pages, but obviously I don't know what's going to happen in the rest of the story, so it could be something important that needs this amount of pages. I'm just hoping that Onyx Storm and book 5 and 6, no, 4 and 5 technically, because the book that she's coming out with is not book 4. So book 4 and 5, I know that she's wrapping it up in those 2 books. So hopefully it's not like 900 pages in both books, because that would be kind of insane. But I'm getting to the end of Iron Flame little by little. I haven't had a lot of time to read in the past few days. I've been very busy, but I'm going to push through and hopefully get it done either today or tomorrow, so I can kind of start diverging into another genre, because reading Iron Flame and Fourth Ring back to back is kind of messing with my mind a little. I need a cute little romance to split things up, and then I can go back to the series and read Onyx Storm when I'm ready. But I'll update you guys when I'm either finished or something interesting happens again. Jack Barlow? Are you kidding me? Why can he not just die at this point? He's Venom? Are you serious? And he killed Blade? How is that even... Shocked. I am shocked. I officially finished Iron Flame last night, and I have some thoughts, especially the last couple of chapters that completely blew my mind once again. I took some notes, okay? So, at the end of the book, they win the fight that the Venom and the Wyvern brought to Basgiath. Obviously, we knew they weren't gonna lose. We had a lot of injuries. Sawyer lost his leg, his whole entire leg. General Sorrengail died trying to imbue the ward with power, which, let me say, I bawled my eyes out like a little girl when she died. That was the saddest thing ever. I know that they hated their mom for good reasons, obviously, but she was just trying to keep them safe the whole time. It broke my heart that she had to die like that. It was so sad. And we also find out that there is a 7th dragon breed. And of course, Andarna is that dragon breed. There's just so much going on at the end of the book. I don't even know where Onyx Storm is going to even take place. Like, I don't know. Obviously, the biggest thing that happened at the end of the book, we know that Xaden is turning Venom now because of the sage or whatever he did to him. And we know that Violet doesn't leave him, because at the last chapter, in Xaden's point of view, they're in the bed together still. When he goes to talk to Jack freaking Barlow, out of all people. Anyways, he goes to talk to him about him wanting to find a cure. Which brings me to my first point, which I didn't notice until I was scrolling the internet because I needed just more information about this book. That in the chapter for that heading, we find out that General Sorrengail was also looking for a cure. And Nolan told her that there wasn't a cure, there was just control. Why was she looking for a cure if she wrote these diary entries and findings way before all of this stuff happened? So there's a few theories that I went through. One of them had to do with Violet's dad. People thinking that he's somehow not dead and that he's actually like in a basement or something somewhere, and he's Venom, and
General Sorrengail was trying to save him so she could bring him back, which would be an insane thing to do. I know I saw an interview of Rebecca Yarros talking about how she doesn't like bringing too many people like fully back from the dead because it like kind of ruins the stakes. So I don't know if she would even bring back Violet's dad or if that's like the whole reasoning for the next book. I guess I'll have to read it to find out. And the next theory was that General Sorrengail turned venom when she was pregnant with Violet. That's why the healers couldn't help her with her fever and she almost died when she was pregnant with Violet, which I also think could be true. But I feel like there's just so many plot holes in that theory that I'm not sure. Somebody would have known that General was venom and that she was needing a cure. Obviously she wasn't throughout Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, so I don't know, that one, I'm kind of iffy on that one. Another thing, I feel for Sloane so much because I know she's gonna feel guilty for not killing her, but like being a part of General Sorrengail's death. I know she's gonna feel guilty for that, but I don't think she'll feel guilty for, you know, saving everybody and imbuing the ward with enough power to actually get the wards back up. I think she will try to avoid Violet, but I think they'll have, you know, a talking moment. I mean, there's nothing really Sloane could have done in that situation, especially when she just new to her signet and didn't really know how to fully control it. I just think Sloane and Liam have gone through so much, and it's so sad because now Liam's dead and now Sloane is gonna have this guilt on her chest, at least for a little bit, I'm assuming, in the next book. But I ended up rating Iron Flame 5 stars as well as Fourth Wing. Still not sure if I'm gonna go back eventually and change my ratings. When I finish a series, I tend to go back and make sure that like my ratings are actually how I felt and not just what I put down in the moment, because I just finished this book and it was amazing, obviously, which it was a very good book. I think that it was very, very long and that some of it could have been cut out, but I think she did very good with continuous world building, character development, especially Kat. I changed my mind on Kat, okay? She's okay for now. She saved Violet. I don't know. I'm excited to read the rest of the series. I know that book 4 and 5 is coming out soon. A little novella kind of thing that's coming out pretty soon as well. Hopefully when we get to those books, we get a little more clarity on everything that happened. We still don't know what Violet's second signet is, so hopefully I can find that out in the next book. But I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.